Hello, Intuitive Souls. This is Rachel Sawani with Intuitive Soul Rising, and today I am experimenting with a new way to share channeled messages. Sometimes in my household, it's not always easy to find the time or space to record these messages. I have 3 little kids at home under the age of 6. And so it takes a lot of coordination sometimes to get that in the schedule. But this time I felt my guides drawing me in a different direction to try new things that might make it a little bit easier to get these messages to you in a more timely fashion. So today I am going to bring forth Master Saint Germain. He stepped forward to do the July 2021 energy forecast. So I am just going to hand it over to him. I'm really curious what this month has in store. As I would say, for me personally and for many people I've spoken to, June has been the most intense month of the year yet. Energy-wise, there's been a lot happening in the skies that have signaled these greater, more intense energy ascension waves coming through. And I know I've definitely felt the energies coming up, wanting to be cleared and transmuted. And many people are going through this process of rebirth, and a lot just happening in this month of June. But yeah, I'm going to ask right now, Master Saint Germain, what would you like to share with us that would be helpful for us to hear and know and be aware of, energetically speaking, coming up in July? And so he's saying that he's showing a cooling down effect, a calming down energetically, a cool down period, he's saying, to expect right around the corner, coming around the corner soon. He's kind of joking and saying, coming to your area soon. He's saying this is necessary to help us not to overheat our systems as we bring in this encoded light that's high in intensity. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and overheated, energetically speaking, but also you'll see this play out in your personal lives, in your daily dramas, he's saying, like how things unfold. He's saying it was a tough month for many. It was rough around the edges, but he's saying there's smoother sailing coming up in July. And he's showing an easing off of the pressures a little bit, but he's clarifying and saying that doesn't mean it's all going to be roses, he's saying, but the outlook is more hopeful and promising for those who have been doing the work and doing the clearing. There's going to be a level of like easing off tensions. And so I'm just going to ask him if, what can we expect outside of that? Anything else he would like to share? He's saying yes. There's a lot happening in the collective. A lot of changes, a lot of transformations taking place, a lot of awareness an energy exchange, he's calling it. So he's showing it or saying sharing energy or energy transfer, he's calling it. So I'm questioning him on what he means by that for clarification. He's saying sharing of information, sharing of knowledge. People are becoming more active again, and he's showing them as if people are on their computers, like typing away, like not just doing research, but actually wanting to kind of get back out there again and start speaking their truth and sharing their light a little bit more, becoming a little bit more active and engaged in social media, he's saying, support groups, just wanting to share more, wanting to expand their light and carry it forward. He's saying, and so this exchange of energy, this transfer of energy is helping to solidify and anchor in the light. It's a necessary step in this process at this time for those who are receiving these downloads to be active in their awareness and choice to share these messages as much as possible with others. And he's also showing people who are wanting to share even messages of higher guidance that they receive with others, just to help others who might be a little bit more in the dark to kind of find their way. He's wanting us to help others, help to show the way for others who are, he's saying lagging behind, but he's saying it's not necessarily that they're behind. It's just that they're wanting to keep the pace. They're wanting to gain more access to this higher information, or there's a need for those who are out there seeking or looking for something more to help understand what's happening in their own lives, to make sense to their own spiritual journeys and how they're playing out, that it's necessary for them to seek out this guidance. They're looking, and so he's just showing that more are showing up on the scene to help others find their path, find their true path or true north, he's saying. Now he's shifting it to individually. So that's kind of what's happening on more of a collective scale. But on an individual scale, he's saying you're going to feel this as like a call to action, as a call to move forward. He's also showing maybe the need to shift gears and he's saying go with the flow. He's saying this is always important in these times, but he's highlighting that going with the flow is learning how to navigate the ups and downs, the changes, the shifts in directions more clearly with more stability. So he's kind of using what I'm doing as an example. He's saying Rachel has been intuitively guided to re-examine or recreate, or to create or branch out of her comfort zone, or what has become a habitual practice, to learn how to incorporate new practices and ways to share information that help her to align with her power instead of becoming a victim to her circumstances. She is acknowledging that there are other pathways to do what she would like to do or feels she's being called to do, even though there may appear to be a block in this area, in this direction, there's a way to turn it around. And he's saying now that this is a big theme and metaphor for the future. And he's saying the long-term future. So he's not just referring to July, but he's saying there's a shifting of gears now that we're kind of past the summer solstice, that there's going to be a need for people to look at ways they can do the things they want to do, that they feel they've been called to do, and get creative about it. And instead of looking at what you're not doing or not able to do, look at ways that you can creatively incorporate a new style, he's saying. And he's highlighting also that our gifts and our skills. So he's saying as individuals, we all come in here with unique talents, unique gifts, unique skills, and unique ways of expressing those gifts, talents, and skills. So he's saying now is the time to get real with yourself. What are your talents? What are your skills? And he's showing this as being a very broad range. He's showing that what might seem to be unrelated, some of the skills, he's wanting you to look at your entire life as from start to finish, or from start to where you are now. What skills have you acquired? What qualities or areas of expertise, of knowledge do you have you gained in this lifetime? And he wants you to look at jobs or things you've mastered or become proficient at that may seem unrelated. He wants you to find ways, and he's actually showing this as if you had a blank piece of paper and you just wrote down all of the skills you've acquired, all of the things you've gained mastery over or feel confident in, and write them all down. And then he kind of wants you to look back or take a step back and really allow your guides, he's saying, to help you find ways to bring these skills together in a creative way that helps you to express what your goals are or what you are seeking to integrate, he's saying. So he's saying this is a time of integration and understanding the mastery of self. He's wanting us to build our confidence in self and to not look at each skill we've acquired in our life as separate from the others. He's saying there's a reason and purpose that we have had those experiences, even if it seems like a menial job that maybe didn't give us the most joy at the time. He's saying there were experiences and skills that we learned from those experiences, from that job, that we carry forward with us. And when we take a step back and reflect on the ways that those skills and experiences have shaped us and allowed us to be successful where we are today, or if we are looking at ways to be successful in a new venture of some sort, he's encouraging us to really get creative about how we put our resume together. He's saying, don't exclude, but include everything, because you are unique individuals and you are here to shine your light, imprint your light on the collective in the way that you came, in your specific package. You have a specific package and it's presented in a very specific way and style, and that is what the universe is essentially calling you to give more of. And just to be aware, I think is what he's trying to say, is to draw your awareness, um, to kind of help lift your vibration to being more open and realistic with what you want to accomplish. And then he's secondly pointing to looking at, he's saying resources. So what are your resources? What do you already have available to you that's going to allow you to take this to the next level? So if you have creative ideas or things that you want to, sides of yourself that you want to express, he wants you to find ways to express those sides of yourself by incorporating the skill sets you already have, so that there's already some level of comfortability with where you're starting from. So it doesn't feel so new and grand as this big thing that, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? Where do I start? He says, start with what you know. So it's kind of funny. I feel like he's teaching some kind of starting your new business course right now, but I've never seen this side of Saint Germain, so I find it interesting. And he's chuckling, he's laughing. He's like, that's because you don't know me that well. He's saying he's a master of integration, and he's saying keycode integration, multidimensionality of your personality, of your like structure. He's saying there's many pieces, there's many personalities and archetypes, he's saying, that are wanting to be expressed through you, and you kind of need to be aware of how these pieces fit so that you can start to incorporate them more consciously into your life. And it will become easier for you by recognizing your truth, recognizing what you're good at and focusing on those aspects. And then if there are areas where you want to improve or refine, he's saying to then use the positive aspects to kind of lift up the to propel you, he's saying, forward to feeling more confident in those other areas. And then so I feel like it's really interesting how he's laying this all out for us in a very concrete and specific manner. Since we're just talking about energies and how energies are changing, is there anything else you would like to share? He's saying no. The energies are shifting, and it's just more, we're in a more action-oriented time period. Yes, rest is important, and there's a little bit of easing off of the forces and the pressures and the ascension waves and light codes coming in, but that is to help people get more serious about what it is they want to, how do they want to grow, how do they want to evolve. So he's saying this is about being more conscious of how you want to create yourself, how you want to create your identity. And he's almost talking about your avatar. So he's saying that, your higher awareness is one with all, he's saying. But your identity, the person you came here to be, and the reason you came here to be, your life's purpose, your life's mission, is to find fulfillment in your experience as a human, is to find spiritual fulfillment and joy and health and abundance. And as a creator, he's saying, as a creator being. So he's saying this is about learning how to step into that role of being a creator. So he's really just emphasizing and laying out a foundational plan of where to start the process of integration and really owning your sovereignty as a creator being when it comes to expressing your truth and shining your light in a more public or outward, forward manner. And so he's saying it's going to be unique to all this process, but it is one that is extremely enjoyable and fun and exciting. And he's really wanting you to see the adventure in it and to take this as a serious kind of endeavor, like a serious spiritual practice. He's saying it's spirituality is not just about meditating, but it's also about finding your joy, finding your passion, tapping into your own creative abilities to create the world and life that you want. Because the more people that are doing this at an individual level, the more it's going to help people in the collective connect to these higher aspects of themselves and to remember their power and recognize that through seeing the joy in others and experiencing the joy in others who are aligned to their life purpose and mission. And so I feel him drawing back now. I feel him kind of coming to a close. And thank you for taking the time to clarify that and why you came through with such a powerful and interesting message. I really appreciate you stepping forward, Saint Germain, and I hope everybody else found this helpful in some way. Thank you all for listening. I hope you guys all have a beautiful month of July and hope to see you soon next time. Bye.